I was born on the island of Jamaica. By the age of 6, I was introduced to a couple. I started hearing stories of this magical place, and it was called Disneyland. They asked me if I wanted to go and would I like to see it, and as any child, of course I wanted to go. They brought me to this country, and I never went to Disneyland. I actually started being taken inside of a closet and being raped by the age of 9. I went to the school counselor for help, and that didn't work out. It actually became worse for me. I was labeled a liar, and so I became a liar. I created a world that I could live in because I couldn't deal with the world that I was really living in. My safe space was when I would disassociate. I would not be connected to the pain. I would not be connected to what was going on. I had to figure out how best to survive. And the only way a child knows how to survive is just by not feeling. And that's what I did for a long time. One of the things that I recognized that self was the hardest person to look at. We have these so-called mirrors in solitary confinement. There was nothing else to look at but this raw person. It was painful. I could not look at her because I felt she was ugly. I felt she was everything else other than who she really was. And I just started looking. I started accepting her. I started loving her. I started seeing her true self. I saw the ugliness too, but the ugliness wasn't so much hers as it was situations and things that she really started to believe and feel it was her fault. And once I started stripping away those layers, I saw a human being. I saw Donna. It's where I started finding myself. Because either that, find myself, or kill myself. How do you treat people when you remove them from our communities? Do you treat people as less than? Do we treat people as subhuman? Do we treat people like they are not worthy? Do we treat people worse than we would treat animals? How we treat people in those moments, in those times. We have to be very conscious about that. We have to be different. We've not been addressing it right. We know the act that they do is wrong and it's criminal, but the person needs to be addressed. The person needs some help. The person needs treatment, the person. We don't realize that we perpetrate violence in so many ways towards people, and then it's become a conditioning. And so when people react in a way that they've been taught, they're wrong. And then you want to put them in an environment that's 1,000 times as violent and just egregious as where they came from, and then expect them to be some rehabilitated, transformed person in 20 years. No, that's not true. When we become aware of what we've done or contributed to, then more than likely we won't do those things again. I recognized a theme when I went into prison that we were all kids, we were all little girls. It started from there, and there was not one adult figure in our lives that responded in a way that we needed them to respond as children. Healing for me was forgiving. I started forgiving myself first. I was then able to forgive every person, every adult that ever hurt me. I recognized that those people that I was turning to or would have liked to help me did what they did because something happened to them. We're all wounded healers. We have the capacity to be wounded healers. If we can move past the pain, we will be able to heal, because then we'll be able to allow love to enter. Love, compassion, empathy, because that's what we need. Nothing will change unless we allow that to happen. So my way of giving justice to that little girl is to just embrace her and to say, I hear you and I believe you. If nobody else believed you, I believe you. And that's why the woman today is addressing those things, because no one addressed it for you as a little girl. That's my way of giving her justice.